Mr. Gibbs, may we get a roll call, please?
Joe Swike,
Yes.
Christopher Mellon,
Yes.
Pete Gipp here, Liam Byers,
Here.
Chairman Tim Fortier,
Here.
all present.
And we have minutes from our October meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, approved as printed. Do we have any communications?
No communications, Mr. President.
All right. I will call the cases by case number and name of petitioner. I would ask that you come forward, state your name and address for public record, at which time you will be given an opportunity to present your case accompanied by any professionals that you may have with you. After that, we will have a staff report pertaining to each case presented this evening. We will then have a question and answer period for the board members. We will then open the floor for comments, not questions, from the audience. If you are desirous of speaking for or against any case, we ask that you please sign in at the registry in the center aisle. Public comments will be limited to 3 minutes. The board will then render a decision either for or against, ask for a deferral for more information, or other reasons which we will state, or the board will make no recommendation to the town council. At this time, would you please silence any communication devices you have? Thank you. Our first case this evening is under old business. Philip Weiss, petitioner, and Moshe Siegel, owner, located at 300 West 89th Avenue, special exemption approval from section 21-136 on 5.57 acres in a C5 office and research zoning district to allow an inpatient substance use disorder and mental health treatment facility.
So Megan, get to the podium.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Megan Stevens. I'm here on behalf of Philip Weiss, representing him. I work as a compliance consultant for Philip and his businesses, as well as a number of other treatment facilities across the country. So I work with him when he is looking to identify properties and open facilities. My background is I work specifically on the compliance side, so all of the state licensing as well as accreditation processes. I oversee all of that, as well as handling staffing for facilities and implementing all of our policies and procedures as it relates to admission criteria, intake processes, security protocols, and so forth. So this facility that we are looking at is surrounded by other businesses, a lot of medical complexes from our research, and it was previously operating as like an assisted living nursing home, so it's a really ideal setup for us because it'll already have not just the bedrooms, but also the security, the fire suppression, and really the fundamental setup that we would need to operate. Our goal is to have this facility to be not like a typical treatment center where it's a lot of centers operate as cash pay, but we are looking to go and be in network with both Medicaid, Medicare, and commercial payers to serve the largest group of people within the community here in Indiana and obviously surrounding areas. So I know that I provided Sheila with some basic information about our project and research and what we're planning to offer. We will be looking to operate both a detox and residential program. So that will mean that typically in the detox setting, it would be 3 to 7 days of stabilization. This would be monitored 24/7 by medical staff, including MDs and nurses, which would be 24/7. And then we also will have behavioral health care technicians that are available 24/7 in addition to that to ensure that clients are medically stable and monitored at all times. Our residential program would run more of a 30-day program, and so that would be a culmination. Clients would be living on site, and we would be basically offering group and individual therapy while they're there, in addition to medical support, medication management, and services of that nature. All of our facilities have a set of admission criteria and intake processes. We don't deal directly with the court systems at this time, so we wouldn't be having involuntary commitments. People that would be coming to our facilities are coming voluntarily. So they're coming in on their own will and would be participating in our programs for the duration. And if at any time they chose to leave early, we have obviously a set of protocols to follow to make sure that they're discharged in line with our standard policies and making sure that they're not just walking out the door. We work with them to put together a discharge plan, make sure they have proper transportation, and that they're safe upon leaving if they decide to leave prior to their 30-day stay. So that's just a high-level overview. I know I didn't want to send a 400-page policy and procedure manual for you guys. You probably don't have time to read that, but I'm available to answer any questions you have about maybe more specifics about our admission criteria or our intake processes or the type of staff we'll have on site at the property, and hopefully put anyone's mind at ease if they have concerns. So I think that's it.
Okay, thank you. May you have a staff report, please?
Petitioner is requesting special exception approval from section 21-136 to allow a ASAM 3.7 medically monitored detox and ASAM 3.5 clinically managed residential facility to be located at 300 West 89th Avenue in the C5 Office and Research Zoning District on 5.57 acres. The operating model for the facility is inpatient 24 hours, 7 days a week. Island Recovery is a proposed inpatient substance use disorder treatment facility that will provide medically monitored detoxification and clinically managed residential treatment. The program will operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, offering a safe, structured, and therapeutic environment staffed by licensed medical, clinical, and support professionals. The mission of Island Recovery is to expand access to high-quality addiction treatment services for Indiana residents with a special focus on individuals who utilize Medicaid and other publicly funded insurance programs. The facility will not operate as a lockdown or court-ordered program. All participants will engage in voluntary treatment supported by individualized care plans, family involvement, and comprehensive discharge planning. The project is designed to address a significant and growing need for behavioral health and substance use services within the community while operating responsibly, maintaining a low impact on the surrounding neighborhood, and creating local employment. The number of employment, initial operations, approximately 15 to 20 staff members will be employed during the initial phase while client census is limited. Fully occupancy, a full capacity, approximately 60 clients. Staffing will expand to around 40 employees and maintain safe client-staff ratios to ensure compliance with all state and federal regulations, standards. And this is for this petitioner only, at this location only, and for this use only.
Thank you. I will bring it to the boards for questions.
Yeah, I got a couple of questions. Is this only for Indiana residents?
People from outside of Indiana would be allowed to admit if they were clinically appropriate for care. So it wouldn't just be limited to Indiana residents, but we would focus on servicing Indiana Medicaid and people with insurance here in the state.
Also, are you going to get any funding from the state or federal government?
That's not our initial goal. We'll make sure that we go through when we open any new facility, we go through the contracting process with insurance payers. So we'll be doing credentialing through Medicaid. in addition to commercial payers that offer insurance coverage here in the state. And so if there's additional programs that offer coverage for this type of care in the state that's offered here in Indiana, we assess that state by state so that we can make our services available to more people. So it really is state dependent on what's available, but we don't depend on those funds to operate. We are privately funded, so I just want to clarify.
They having a meeting next door?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
It's okay.
okay.
Will you guys have any kind of indoor, outdoor surveillance monitoring cameras?
Yes, so we have the facility now. I don't believe that they have that in there, but all of our facilities have cameras both in and out, not just to protect the safety of people that are outside of the facility, but also the staff and residents themselves. We keep privacy in places, obviously, like bedrooms and bathrooms, but group rooms, common spaces, or dining rooms will always have them, and then also outside. And that also helps us to track any unusual activity.
Awesome. Will you guys also have like an outdoor common area?
This building, I don't believe from all the floor plans I've seen, I don't think they have a designated courtyard or anything that I've seen presented to me. I haven't had a chance to actually physically go to the location. I've been going based off of all the photos and floor plans I have, so apologies. But anytime we're doing any sort of outside activity with the clients, we will actually structure that into daily programming. So again, we have enough acreage that we could do some outdoor activities, but a lot of times we'll schedule, once a week or twice a week activity where we'll take them out to go see a movie or go out to dinner or do something so it doesn't feel so like they're stuck in this single building. So we try to do as much outdoor activity, whether that's like yoga or whatever it is, to really help just overall with like mindfulness. And we don't want them, it's not jail. We don't want anyone to feel like they're trapped like rats. We want them to feel happy to be there. So
Sure.
yeah, just because of the size of this lot, we would have enough space to branch out.
Thank you.
These residents are single resident rooms then?
The current bedrooms can, depending on the square footage of each room, the state has rules around how many occupants you could have per bedroom. So certain bedrooms are a little bit bigger than others, so there could potentially be a few bedrooms that are dual occupancy, but a lot of the times that would be the most we would ever have in any room is 2 patients per room.
Okay, and that's based on their evaluation and compatibility?
Oh, you mean people staying, you mean living together in the same quarters? Yes, so because we would accept adult only, but both male and female. So male and females are always housed separately. They're never sleeping in the same rooms. And because of the layout, this building is so ideal because we have sort of separate corridors, so we can really create that separation. And it allows us to provide gender-specific care, treatment, and services around our groups. And it doesn't mean that they won't pass each other periodically in the hall, but we really try to focus on separating as much as possible. So yes, everything from age to drug or substance of choice is considered, their history in treatment. Usually our process is when someone new comes in, depending on all of those things that I just mentioned, we really like to try to match someone up with I like to call them buddies. They don't, Philip doesn't call them that, but someone to really help them with that first week transition and getting, adjusted to the facility. And we want to make sure that obviously roommates are as compatible as possible. So if there's ever an issue that comes up, they're always encouraged to let their primary therapist know. And if we need to make adjustments accordingly because it's just not a good fit, we're able to do that. We'll have enough space. We would have enough space in this building to have that flexibility.
Very good, thank you.
What's the youngest age group? You said adult, 18 or over?
It would be 18 or over. The only exception that really exists per the state rules is if you have someone who is 17 The rules, the way they word it is their life experiences are similar to those of an adult, and you can clinically justify them being in care with other adults. That is always a possibility, but our primary demographic is adult,
And it-
18 plus.
And it's a volunteer, right? These are not states where
Correct.
okay.
Yes, there's separate regulations around court-ordered or people that are being institutionalized, so to speak, so this would all be voluntary commitment.
May I ask the audience, please refrain from conversations while we have someone at the microphone? Thank you.
You're going to have about 15 to 20 employees?
Yes, and so in our first phase, we realized even though at full capacity, we would be able to house up to 60 clients, if we were permitted to open at this location, we wouldn't have 60 clients on day one. So the first phase, we anticipate having 15 to 20 employees. So that will ensure that we have the necessary therapists, medical staff, as well as our behavioral health technicians to cover 24/7, to have 24/7 coverage while the census is growing. So we will always meet at a minimum the Indiana state minimum requirements for substance abuse licensure, but we strive to usually have more staff than that because we go through, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Joint Commission, but they offer voluntary accreditation. It's not something that's mandated, but we put all of our facilities through that process. So it's a lot more, usually a lot more rigorous than what states require to ensure that we're meeting or exceeding all of the requirements that the state has.
Okay, yeah, that was my concern, that if you're operating 24 hours a day and you have 60 clients and you only have 20 employees, you're pairing up doctors and staff between the 3 shifts, probably.
Yeah, so typically we structure our staffing 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., 3 to 11, 11 to 7. And then on our overnight shifts, we ensure that we're at least having one overnight nurse along with one behavioral health technician. And then during the days, you're going to see a lot more staff. So it's really that 7 in the morning till 11 p.m. at night where you're going to see the larger group of clinicians and nurses and doctors on staff, whereas when we go to that overnight shift, we're talking about 2 to 3 staff, not including like security and things like that. So that's why that number is kind of small, is because the majority is in our shift 1 and shift 2, where shift 3 is much lighter because the clients are sleeping. So we're essentially there to provide any medical support as needed, and then we also do regular rounds. So depending on their level of care, we'll be checking on them anywhere from every 15 minutes to every 60 minutes. So if they're stabilized, it looks more like every 60 minutes. If they're on a detox protocol, it's every 15 minutes. And we're going in and checking in on them in their rooms, observing to make sure that their vitals are where they need to be. And so they're basically up all night, just going room to room to room, and then basically starting that all over again. So our staff doesn't need to be as heavy on that overnight shift. So that's the main reason. So that would be, assuming we have let's say it was a census of 10, I would think at about 10, you would start to see that staff number climb pretty steadily.
All right, the owner, does he have another facility like this in Indiana?
Yeah, so I'm working on opening another facility in Huntington, Indiana right now, actually. And we just received our license for residential treatment there. And I'm working on the detox license currently for that facility. And then we have a handful of other programs in Ohio. So there's Green Springs, Defiance, and I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the third one, but
Is there anyone that's up and running now?
Sure.
Currently?
Yes, Green Springs, Ohio, and Defiance, Ohio are both up and running, and the ownership. So I have those facilities that I'm mentioning. He owns those facilities, and then he is a co-owner on this project that we're talking about today. So I'm happy to email or provide whatever additional information if you want websites or.
Are they similar size to this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's all the questions. Thank you.
Yes.
Are there any other questions from the board? Seeing Seeing none, I'll open it to the audience. Would anyone like to speak for or against this petitioner? Would anyone like to speak for or against this petitioner? And one last time, would anyone like to speak for or against this petitioner? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the board for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion for approval of Z 28E161025, special exception, and all the conditions for this petition only, at this location only, and for this use only. All of the guidelines set up by staffing.
I'll second.
We have a first and a second. Can we get a vote, please?
Jeff Swite,
Yes.
Christopher Mellon,
Yes.
Pete Gibb, yes. William Byers,
Yes,
Tim Fortier,
Yes.
5-0, Chairman.
Thank you, Megan.
Sheila will tell you what you need to do from here.
Yes,
Okay,
there
great.
is, this board is, unfortunately for Megan, she's traveling, but this board is a recommending body to the town council, but I'll talk to you about it.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I'll follow up with you via email.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate it.
thank you.
Under new business, our first case is Lucili Rarama and Olardis Giuliano. I'm sorry if I killed those names. Located at 4200 West Lincoln Highway. Special exemption approval from section 21-136 on 2.5 acres in a C3 highway commercial zoning district to allow an adult daycare.
Good evening, gentlemen. My name is Lucili Rarama. I am a home health physical therapist. I've been doing this since 2002. I work for Powers Home Health. And my
My
partner
name is
here.
Lou. I'm a physical therapist too. Good evening, gentlemen. And I've been here in Lake County since 1994 and been there a physical therapist around the area. Right now, I'm working in Crown Point, assisted living Wittenberg.
So we are, as a physical therapy home health, I've seen the need for all these adult and senior clients, patients who are, left alone. Caregivers doesn't have enough money to the family doesn't have, enough resources for somebody to come and take care of their elderlies. And so what happened is these elderlies are left alone, staying in their recliner all day, all night, forgetting their medications, forgetting their meals. And so what happened as a result, they'll end up being in the hospital. So that's how we get those patients. And then home health comes. Being a home health therapist, we come, we give them exercises, and then they will improve. But sure enough, after we discharge these people, then they are back to home alone, not taking their medications in time, not having the proper meal, nutritious meal that they need. And so sure enough, after a couple of months, back in the hospital and back to home health again. So that's how we end up planning on setting up adult daycare center, and that's what we are proposing is for us to for this adult daycare center. So what is an adult daycare center? It's a safe, structured, high-quality daytime service for adults who require supervision, social interaction, health monitoring, and supportive care in a community group setting. So services are designed to enhance clients' quality of life, simplify and dignify their aging process, and promote independence, and of course, support the caregivers.
So our target clients are the ones that are in a geriatric group. You know, they're the ones that, like she said, left alone. But we're gonna give them more activity during the day. We offer 5 days a week, and then we got meals, two healthy meals, one breakfast, one lunch, and 2 snacks. And at this time, they will be active in the facility. We will be doing some social interactions, games, making them or anything mental activity, aside from physical activity, and also to monitor their physical, like the health monitoring as well, because like I said, if they are left alone or their family will send it to us for a day, then they will be taking care of that 8-hour period where the caregiver can have a rest time and have a not too much burden for taking care of an old people. So this is just another kind of therapy for them instead of just going to physical therapy. Okay, this is actual social activity that they can have during the day and be happy and be more. The result of this is because they could stay longer in their physical condition and not going back and forth to the hospital setting. Because when they come back, they left alone, they got nothing to do, they stay in the chair. So this one, if they go to activity of adult daycare, they will be monitored and also given healthy snacks and food and activities, so they will be more active person. Will give them more longer life than being in the hospital back and forth. That's the idea of the adult daycare that we want to serve.
Thank you. Staff report, please.
Petitioners are seeking special exception approval to allow an adult daycare center at 4200 West Lincoln Highway, located in the C3 Highway Commercial Zoning District. Sunlight Adult Daycare Center will operate in approximately 4,000 square feet of space, which will include an outdoor area, activities room, dining, kitchen area, ADA compliant restrooms, lounge, and gym. The facility will be open from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and will be closed on weekends and holidays. Staffing will consist of approximately 9 to 12 employees daily. The center will serve a maximum of 30 clients per day, maintaining a 1 to 6 to 8 client to staff to client ratio. Programs and services. Sunlight Adult Daycare Center will provide the following service: socialization and recreational activities, gym and fitness opportunities, health monitoring and wellness support, community outings and engagement, nutritional meals, transportation services, compliant and accreditation. In accordance with the Indiana Adult Daycare Service Rule 405, IAC 21-6-8. The program will be structured non-residential and will provide supervision, support, personal care, while state licensure is not mandatory for all adult day centers in Indiana. Sunlight will seek accreditation through the Indiana Association of Adult Services to demonstrate quality and compliance with industry standards. Community and outreach client base. To build client relationships, Sunlight will collaborate with caregivers, hospitals, rehabilitation facilities, and veterans groups to provide referrals and support. Their mission statement is the goal of Sunlight Daycare Centers is to provide safe, structured, high-quality daytime services for adults who require supervision, social interaction, health monitoring, and supportive care in a group setting. And this is for this petitioner only, at this location only, and for this use only.
Thank you. Bring it to board for questions.
I got one question. What would be the daily cost of a person?
For private pay, as our payer are, private pay, Medicaid, the VA, and Medicare. For private pay, we are looking at between 100 to 110. That's for an 8-hour stay.
But if somebody's not on Medicare, what then? And doesn't have insurance?
So that's the for private pay. For Medicaid, we don't know how much they pay, as well as for the VA, but for private pay, that will be the cost.
For a day, $100 to $110 for a day with meals and all the activities.
You mentioned transportation services.
Yes, sir.
Um,
I'm sorry.
No, please, go ahead.
At the beginning, because of course we're just starting, we're looking at just opening for a few days. Of course, we still have to do marketing and all that. So at the beginning, we won't be able to provide transportation. And as the census increases, then that's how we will be providing our own transportation.
Okay. So how would your clients get to the facility and be picked up from the facility?
The family will drive them.
Or we could use community public transportation, where sometimes the transportation, health transportation, they could build their insurance through them, and then that's how we're going to connect to them. But eventually, really, our goal is to have our own transportation. Because we know that the importance of this adult daycare to survive is the main thing is the transportation.
For them to
Will you-
transport.
Will you have clients that are driving themselves to the facility?
Adult daycare has two models, social and medical. So those social and that's our first, most likely that's our, for private pay, most likely are those social model where these people are, 60 and above, lives alone, looking for some structured socialization in the community. They can drive themselves. It's not taxing for them to leave the house and drive. Of course, it's safe and it's not taxing for them to drive themselves. Or the family, it's not too taxing for the family to drive them, in the morning on their way to work and then pick up, back after work hour.
Usually, our clientele is mostly early dementia. Okay, so with this early dementia, of course, we're watching out the rest of the care, where they are being taken care of their daughter, and then them having a breakup during the week that they can come to the daycare. So they would be willing to give us their day for them to have a rest day. So that will help them mentally
Is the burden of
take care of
taking
their
care
burdens
this
and taking care of an early dementia.
patient, So they will be willing to drive them to the facility just to have that,
Peace of mind.
break from, or a day for themselves.
I may be a little biased to the discussion this evening since I'm in that position right now, so. Not that I'm the one that needs the care, but I need a break every once in a while is what I'm saying.
We have a lot of those, and we have a lot. Being a home health physical therapist, I've seen the burden of the caregiver, and there's not a lot of, choices in the area. There is really none,
Thank you.
I don't know if I missed it or not, but how many employees we've had?
Well, it's 1:6, one employee for 6 clients. That's,
Okay.
that's typically,
Just that.
1:6. So eventually, as we are growing, as the census is growing, then of course, it depends on how many clients we have, then we have to abide with that 1:6 rule.
Is there any precautions to keep them within the facility, especially if they have dementia, they're wandering off?
No, sir, because that area has a lock, we have exits and a sensor for getting out or getting into the facility.
Okay,
So we are secured about that.
that's
And
good.
And there's a camera too.
And this dimension around,
Well-
it's secured area.
You read about people every day.
Wandering, yes,
Wandering
yeah,
off,
yes.
not finding
Yeah.
them.
Well, if depending on the need of the patient, we will really be on the intake when we are accepting clients or during the intake procedure. If we know that a client is, needs one-on-one supervision, so they're probably will not be a candidate for us, so.
Okay, all right, that's all I got.
How will you be set up for disabilities?
That is different though. Disability, you have to apply for certification for that one.
So I mean someone with, say, a stroke patient that's got paralysis.
That is because we have two criteria, the social and medical, okay? That will go with the medical.
With the medical
Okay.
So-
model.
And that medical model will be 1:8. And then we will be having to have a nurse who will take care of the, not only the vitals, but the medications. And on that regard, we could also offer ADLs, like ADLs, like we help them for shower, and during that period of time, if they need to get changed diaper, our facility is equipped with that bathroom for disability.
Okay,
We will provide that.
good, thank you. Any other questions? And parking facilitates, they got a big parking lot.
So, yeah, they have a big parking lot. It's adequate.
Yeah,
It's a very big parking lot.
And that's the good thing also with that they have a very big outdoor, which, weather permits. Being physical therapists, we are proactive. We don't want them sitting and playing bingo only. We are proactive. We want them outside and, doing activities. We want them active.
good. Any other questions? Seeing none, I will open it to the audience. Would anyone like to speak for or against this petitioner? Would anyone like to speak for or against this petitioner? And one last time, would anyone like to speak for or against this petitioner? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the board for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion of Z29E 171125 for approval of a special exception with all the conditions for this petition only, for this use only, and at this location only.
I'll second.
We have a first and a second. May we get a vote, please?
Jeff Swike,
Yes.
Christopher Mellon,
Yes.
Pete Gipp, yes. William Byers.
Yes,
Tim Forcier,
Yes.
5-0.
I actually have two more questions for you. What's your timeline on this?
Spring, at
Spring?
least, yeah, April.
Okay.
We're going to start marketing. Once we get approved with this space, we need to do the marketing area now and then take a picture, clean the area, and then that's how we're going to get started.
Okay, good, thank you. And Sheila, you have all their contact information?
Yes, I'll call you ladies. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
gentlemen.
Congratulations.
Our next case is Z 30E18-1125, Carrie Bender and Bash's Event LLC petitioner and John Mathewson, owner, located at 100 West 79th Avenue. Special exemption approval from section 21-136 on 2.3 acres in a C2 commercial zoning district to allow a photo booth event space.
Hi, Carrie Bender. Thank you for the introduction. I am the owner of Bash's Events LLC. We currently operate as a photo booth rental company. We have been in business We were incorporated October 2022. We have successfully ran many events, private, corporate events using our photo booth, 360 booths, photo booths for prints, uplighting, flower walls, marquee numbers, you name it, we've added it because it was a need and it was something that our customers were interested in, and it was successful. And also audio guest books. Just a number of our services that we currently offer. Bash's Events was established by me. I have been in the healthcare space for over 20 plus years, and more specifically operations management, clinic management, things of that nature. I've always been a people person. I've always loved to manage a space or manage a project, and it's translated well into this current business. Bash's Events was also created to eventually expand into what we are here today for, which is Bash's Events venue. I am looking to open the space, which will be a multi-use space for different things in the community. More importantly, our photo booth event space. So we would love to curate events where people can come to our space and have budget-friendly photo booth, photo shoots with their family, themed events, holidays, Valentine's, whatever that might look like at a lower price point. Also headshots for professional pictures. We also have a relationship with a photographer who would also use our space as well to curate graduation pictures, prom pictures, things of that nature, whatever that photographer is doing at that time. We will also translate that into our private events. And that will be intimate events we're looking at around, on average, 60 people. We haven't obviously had a COO yet to know what that space entails. I forgot to mention the address, 100 West 79th, which is 1,781 square feet of space. But we're looking for intimate events, so about 60 people comfortably. We also want to make sure that we also cater to our community. We also want to look at community events. One of my passions is puzzles, jigsaw puzzles. I know that might sound interesting to some, but speed puzzling events. So just different type of events that we would love to host in our space, in addition to private events, photo booth events, photography events. I think that's it. I think I covered everything.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Staff report, please.
The petitioner is seeking special exception approval to allow a photo booth event space in the C2 Community Commercial Zoning District located at 100 West 79th Avenue on 2.3 acres. Bash's Events LLC proposes to operate an indoor event space encompassing approximately 1,781 square feet. Since opening of Bash's Events in 2022, the petitioner has successfully coordinated and hosted over 200 special events. The proposed facility will accommodate a variety of small-scale gatherings, including meetings, corporate events, weddings, or showers. There's a growing community demand for intimate venues capable of hosting up to 50 people. The proposed use will primarily focus on providing an event space with integrated photo booth experiences. All events will be conducted entirely indoors. The facility includes 2 exits to ensure safe ingress and egress. Bash's Events LLC will not sell, serve, or distribute alcohol. There will be no kitchen or food preparation on site. All external food vendors will be required to provide valid food handling credentials. Security will be present for any event after 6 p.m. The hours of operation are office hours are Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Event hours, Sunday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. And it's for this petitioner only, at this location only, and for this use only.
Thank you. And I will bring it to the board for questions.
Will you do class reunions and parties like that, bachelor parties, bachelorette weddings, things like that? Right?
Yeah, I think
Great.
we want to make sure we also are trying to stay particular to our motto. We personally, I don't want any.
No alcohol related, yes. That makes it better.
Well, I want to have, fun events. So yes, whatever, we have the discretion to choose which we like to host. So we will be very discretionary in what type of events. But yes, reunions, depending upon the size and the need of the client.
Great.
Is this facility in direct competition with the community center or not? Sheila?
I don't think so. I think
They
that
have rooms
the
up there that
community center would probably call her, someone having something at the community center would probably call her up to rent her photo booth to bring it there. So I don't think that this facility, and the next thing is, as she indicated, she's 50 intimate space. The community centers, even the smallest room is 100 people
Okay,
or more.
okay. All right, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my only question. I was just kind of wondering, this seems similar.
And I did also, thank you, I also want to add that not only will we have our space, but part of our packages would also be decorating packages. The community center doesn't typically offer that. So me, because I'm the staff, we would be decorating that space. So that is something that not everyone has an opportunity to do. So we'll design it for you. You can just come in, turn the key, and your party is ready to go. So we will do that in our space.
Are there any other questions from the board?
I think it's cool. I like it.
Thank you.
No other questions? I will open it to the audience. Would anyone like to speak for or against this petitioner? Would anyone like to speak for or against this petitioner? And one last time, would anyone like to speak for or against this petitioner? Seeing none, I will bring it. Did you do the decorations in here?
No, but it looks
Oh.
beautiful.
I will bring it back to the board for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve this case number Z 30E18-1125 for this petitioner only, for this location only, for this use only.
I'll second it, special exception.
We have a first and a second. May we get a vote, please?
Jeff Swike,
Yes.
Christopher Mellon,
Yes.
Pete Gibb, yes. William Byers,
Yes,
Tim Fortier.
Yes.
Approved.
good luck.
Good luck.
Guys.
I'll call you, Carrie.
Our next case is Z13E19-1125. Donna Webster petitioner and DG Properties Taft LLC, excuse me, located at 7189 Taft Street. Special exemption approval from section 21-136 on 5.9 acres in a C2 commercial zoning district to allow a dine-in restaurant in a dine-in restaurant.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, board members, Ms. Sheila Shine. We want to thank y'all for letting us attend the meeting tonight. My name is Ken Webster. I'm the co-owner of Breathing Vegan. And this is my wife, Donna Webster, who's the co-owner and the founder of our restaurant, Breathing Vegan.
Good evening, how you guys doing?
Good.
Again, my name is Donna Webster, and I'm the founder and co-owner of Breathing Vegan. We've lived in Merrillville for 12 years, and I've worked in Merrillville for about 20 years with NIPSCO, up until about 2020, and then I transitioned to American Water, where I stayed there for about 2 years. In 2022, I ended up leaving American Water because I was diagnosed with leiomyosarcoma uterine cancer, which is a very rare and aggressive form of cancer. I was diagnosed with that after undergoing a partial hysterectomy, where I nearly lost my life in recovery, waking up 17 hours later, being told that without additional surgeries, chemo, and radiation, I would be dead within months. So I started researching holistic ways to heal my body and discovered the incredible healing power of nutrition. And that led me to becoming a 100% plant-based, detoxing, working out fanatic. So I started making my own vegan food and sharing it with my family. And from there, my family started buying in the food, and friends started ordering food. So we decided to venture out of corporate America to selling food under a tent at festivals and farmers markets and parties and etc. And from a tent, we grew to a food truck, which we serve vegan, 100% plant-based food from a food truck. Now, what sets us aside from all of the restaurants in Chicago and in Indiana, Northwest Indiana primarily, is that we are 100% plant-based, meaning our food comes straight from the earth. Most of our food, I'll say actually 100% of our food comes straight from the earth, but we do have alternative options that you could choose from that are like processed plant-based meats. So we decided to work out of the food truck at festivals in Northwest Indiana and the Chicagoland area, and we are primarily parked at 7187 Taft Street in Merrillville, Indiana, where our restaurant will be. It used to be a Subway, but now we want to transition from the food truck to the brick and mortar so that our customer base, which has grown tremendously just from 2023 when we were under a tent, to the food truck and now the restaurant. We are serving not only just plant-based foods, but we also make our own fresh squeezed, cold-pressed drinks, juices made straight from fruits and vegetables. We also serve desserts. We'll be serving soul food. We'll have soul food Sundays on Saturdays. We will provide meal prep, catering, and like party planning for our customers where they can come and have birthday parties, celebrations. We will also venture out into going to their spots as well. Our food truck will only work during the food truck season, during the summer, but while our restaurant will be in operation, if we are permitted, we will allow our food trucks to still travel to other areas like Valparaiso, Chicago, and other demanding areas. We will also provide cooking classes eventually to people that want to learn how to cook vegan food. We have served over at least more than 20,000 people. They come to our food truck from all over America because they see us online, they read our Google results, and they want to try our food. So they travel from New York, they travel from New Jersey. We've had some from Mississippi, Atlanta, all over the United States just to try our food. And our food has helped so many people heal themselves because that's what it did for me. I forgot to tell you that after I was diagnosed with that, I went on a plant-based lifestyle, detoxing and working out, and within 90 days, I went back to the doctor. My CAT scan showed no signs of cancer. I was also diagnosed with 9 pulmonary nodules in my lungs, severe inflammation in my shoulders, chronic issues like high blood pressure and high cholesterol had all resolved, and a spot on my colon is now shrinking. It is not going away, but it has shrunk down to the point to where they're not even concerned with it anymore, and that's just from changing my nutrition. We started all of this because there were no restaurants in Northwest Indiana that was dedicated to plant-based living. I was traveling all the way to Chicago just to get vegan food. Now we have a vegan restaurant right here in Merrillville where people from Chicago are now coming to us. Regardless of all of the vegan restaurants in Chicago, they love our food.
Sounds wonderful.
Thank you.
I will refer Sheila to a staff report, please.
Petitioner Donna Webster is seeking special exception approval to operate a dine-in restaurant in the C2 Community Commercial Zoning District. Ms. Webster has successfully operated her food truck, Breathin' Vegan, on the same lot and now proposes to extend into a former Subway restaurant building located at 7187 Taft Street. Breathin' Vegan will offer a variety of plant-based menu items, including plant-based entrees, oyster mushroom, chicken tenders, Philly cheesesteak egg rolls, sandwiches, Breathin' Vegan cheeseburgers, Maxwell Polish sausage sandwich, specialty pizza, Breathin' Vegan barbecue pizza, and pepperoni-ish pizza, cold-pressed drinks, blood pressure passion, and lymphatic static. The restaurant will feature indoor seating for 48 patrons and employ 4 staff members. Proposed hours of operation are Tuesday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., and Saturday, 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. The restaurant will be closed on Sundays and Mondays. And that's for this petitioner only, at this location only, and for this use only.
By reading all that, Gio, you're making me hungry. When are you gonna open up?
Well, we are trying to open up in December
And your food truck is located where?
at 7187 Taft Street, right in front of the Subway, right next door to the Subway.
So you'll-
The self-storage slide, yes.
That's-
You'll keep it there as advertisement plus storage and
Yes.
events that you need the food truck for?
Yes, sir.
I think my sister interviewed you with that car accident with the motorcycle. That's my sister that works for
Oh, wow.
X-Rock, and she
Oh, yeah.
interviewed you, yeah, that, thank God, nobody,
Duh.
well, I don't know about the motorcyclist, but I'm glad you're taking that subway, and, yeah, it's been vacant for a long time, and turning it into a restaurant. That'd be
Thank
great.
I wanted to congratulate you on your plight and your fight. My wife and my sister are both dealing with cancer right now.
Oh, I'm so
So I just wanted to say that it's a great idea. I think it's awesome.
Thank you.
I guess my question is that you've got a food truck and you've operated that for how long?
2 years.
2 years. Do you have any experience operating a restaurant, though, with patrons?
Yes, I used to work in a restaurant. My uncle owned a restaurant when I was in high school / college, and I worked in his restaurant as a kitchen manager.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Congratulations on your fight.
Thank you.
I don't have an official question, but a general one. The website says it's temporarily closed, is that correct?
Yes. I put that up there because we had to get permitting from the health department to open back up. Our permit had expired, so we sorted that out, and it'll be back open tomorrow.
Great concept. I've actually started doing a lot more with mushrooms
Oh,
for
good.
inflammation. So
Oh,
I see you
yes.
have a large selection of that. And over last month, it's doing some good, I hope.
That's good. Mushrooms has a high quality of healing agents in it, and that's all I pretty much ate when I was detoxing my body and healing my cells. Mushrooms, not only mushrooms, but apricot seeds and soursop fruit and soursop bitters, soursop tea. If you get enough of that in your body, it'll start healing your cells. But you cannot eat meat or dairy products because it contains stuff that causes growth, like the hormone shots that they give these animals. And if you're going to detox your body, just lay off the meat and the dairy products while you're detoxing, and then you can easily go back, but you would have to, detox after you eat something else that may cause, high blood pressure or even cancer.
Great, thank you. Any other questions? Seeing none, I will open it to the audience. Anyone like to speak for or against this petitioner? Anyone like to speak for or against this petitioner? And one last time, would anyone like to speak for or against this petitioner? Seeing none, I will bring it back to the board for a motion.
Make a motion on Z 31E191125, special exception to allow a dine-in restaurant with the conditions of this petition only, this location only, for this use only.
I second the motion.
We have a first and a second. May we get a vote, please?
Jeff Zweig,
Yes.
Christopher Mellon,
Yes.
Pete Gibb, yes. William Byers.
Yes.
Tim Fortier.
Yes.
You're approved. Open up.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
He was checking your website so we could stop and get something on the way home.
Well, actually, the food truck hours, we close at 6 o'clock. When we move into the restaurant, we'll be open longer because our customers try to kill us every day. We close early.
Yeah.
But we'll be opening later once we're open.
It's on my way home.
And if you like mushrooms,
I love it.
try the mushroom chicken po' boy sandwich. That's one of my favorite dishes.
The mushroom,
Mushroom chicken po' boy sandwich.
oh, okay.
It's fried like chicken, tastes just like chicken. If you just ate the tenders, tastes just like chicken with some hot sauce or buffalo.
It's a po' boy sandwich.
Polish.
And a Philly cheesesteak egg roll.
Sounds wonderful. Good luck, y'all.
Thank you.
Good luck.
So Donna, I'll call you tomorrow. I'll try to get you on, the town council meets on the 24th. I'll try to process the papers real quick and see if I can get you on the agenda. It's
Decorations.
be a fast thing, but I'll see what I can do. I'll call you tomorrow.
Fix it.
Someone like to make a motion for
I'll
this?
make a motion to adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
All those in favor?
Good night.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Adjourned.
Can you go?
You know that